going to grab a spot in the final. Can't wait to find out. Dylan Frazier, let's play pickleball.
Okay, beautiful low, I don't know, 7th or 9th shot. I'm not sure what it was from Dylan Frazier.
1-0-2.
But an inch over the net is always nice. Okay, so a missed volley from each fella in white on the far end to start. There's the hand speed from Hayden Patriquin and a no-no also. Yeah, he will be barking and chirping and letting Dylan and JW know if they make a poor decision. Yeah, nice there from Federico Staksrud, who, you know, maybe on paper has the slowest hands on court. They're not slow.
In real life.
Yeah, they're not slow, just slowest given the personnel on the court.
I mean, in a race, if Usain Bolt's out there, you might be fast, but you're still the slowest in the race.
Expect a decent amount of middle dinking in this match.
Tags him.
That's a nice offense from a relatively low position on the backhand side from Dylan Frazier, catching that right shoulder of Federico.
2-2-2.
Nice job from Dylan, who looks very good early. I understand the score line is 2 apiece, but those hands are hot for Dylan Frazier.
Ticked off Tiger.
There's that aggressive dinking I was talking about from Hayden Patriquin, creating an imbalance for Dylan Frazier and a pop-up to go with it.
Fed's in a spot he's not used to either, losing singles earlier today to Hunter Johnson. Congrats to him.
2-2-1.
So a lot of people with something to prove here today.
Very good eye there. Dylan Frazier, very quality speeder upper of the pickleball off the bounce on the forehand side. Not this time, though. Oh, that's a good body blow. So, actually, I am liking this aggression from JW Johnson and Dylan Frazier early.
Oh, just wide from H.
Nice mini firefight. Good stuff from Federico Staksrud. I mean, that man can repeat his mechanics as well as anyone. Just the highest floor. He is a machine.
And the machine needs some oil.
3-3-1. Second serve.
I like the play from Dylan. Stepping into the court. Hayden Patriquin transitioning from the back of the court.
3-3-2.
So Dylan gets that same ball later. Drive it again, buddy.
Oh my, Dylan Frazier in trouble on the first one and then all over the second one.
Backhand counter through the middle. This is just a fantastic start for Dylan Frazier. There's the flick wizard out of the air, J.W. Johnson.
6-3-2.
Wow, full send.
Timeout.
I mean, stepped into a ball that bounced in the kitchen.
Yeah, high and hard can be a play against players with fantastic hand speed. Man,
What a gut.
beauty.
They deserve to win it just for that. Let's see if they do. And Fed, after getting tagged off the tape, 2 beautiful rallies in a row.
Yeah, two-handed backhand off the bounce and then the roll. And both attacks from Federico were up in the shoulder area of Dylan Frazier.
Second serve.
Haven't heard from the youngster much so far.
No, and he's known for in that Gabe Tardio mold of a right side, strong side player. He can get very involved from the right. Not everyone can.
Timeout. 6-4-1.
So is this just ultimate respect here with the dinking, Adam?
Yes, it is. That's exactly right. So that means the hand speed and the counterattack ability. So the ball really needs to be elevated, or there has to be a great opportunity to attack these guys because their counters are so strong. Ooh, yeah, you talked about that flick from the backhand side. Initial shot was very good from J.W. Johnson, but he's got quick hands across the net from him as well. And that second one came back to him in an awkward position.
Just deep on the return, and Staksrud and Patriquin were down early, now within 1.
5-6-1.
Actually, J.W. and Dylan will hit some plain dinks, hoping that their opponents attack them.
I see you, flick wizard. I'm the flick sorcerer over here.
Yeah, really nice put away from the middle of the court from Hayden Patriquin after his buddy Fed Staksrud started it all up. A rare high dink from J.W. Johnson started that sequence of events. Pretty comfortable in the cross-court dink rally. It's been J.W. that's changed the pattern most frequently, and Hayden steps over from the right, like I said, and tries a little too much. As I mentioned, he is the most aggressive dinker on the court.
And just full send, and Dylan knows that's not anywhere near staying in, but at height battle, hand speed galore.
Oh, that's a good look from Federico Staksrud.
And there's the man of the hour. I think as Dylan goes, that's going to decide the winner here.
So 2 forehands. Nice hands from Dylan Frazier, but pretty good positions on both of those for Federico Staksrud. I mean, this is a tight game 1. You must come up with those.
Way too high from Fed after a just silky smooth reset in the midcourt on the way to the kitchen from J-Dub. That was just beautiful. Fed's had a tough 45 seconds. Rounded up Rafa Hewitt.
Point.
Boy, and the drought for Fed continues, and it's all the way to a game point here.
10-7-1.
And that'll do it. Bang, bang, good night. 11-7.
Guaranteed pickleball play every week. No hassle, no paddle stacking lines, no worries. Join a pickleball league today and up your game with competitive, consistent, well-matched play. Connect with your local leagues, check live rankings on your phone, and play with ease. Whether you're there to socialize with your community, network across the net, or have fun playing your favorite sport, leagues are a stress-free way to enjoy your play. Find your closest league at pickleball.com and click Leagues today to get started.
Really put the afterburners down. So here we go. And what do you know, Fed knows he's the one that had some problems. How do you get out of that?
Yeah, I mean, it all starts from the ground up for me. Mental reset is great, but just the footwork, getting your balanced base underneath you allows you to create a consistent contact point. And of course, when you have a consistent contact point, you make more balls.
What a get from Dylan.
It's a great spot in the middle from Federico Staksrud. So forehand off the bounce, backhand out of the air to start for Fed. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Oh, that stays in. Oh, my. Hard to fault the decision he made, but man, that's the last thing he needed.
But it can freeze you when a player does that. Dylan did not hesitate for a second. He saw Fed not hit that ball, and Dylan Frazier comes forward with aggression.
Okay.
Yeah, that one, Dylan was more on than the first one, and Fed still got away with it.
1-1-1. Point.
Okay, so talked about how the middle can be a safe spot to go against Dylan and J.W. Johnson, but some players have had some success going hard cross court to the backhand of J.W. as well, and I think Fed is finding a nice balance between those two for the most part. His hands, everybody.
Yes. You and you and you and you. No, Fed thought he missed it, and then if it's okay if you think you missed it, but you can't. You don't have to put a cape on the way to the kitchen.
Nope. A couple times now when Fed has stepped to his left to look for the forehand, he's almost faked himself.
Yeah.
A lot of extra body movement. This is a man that I called the highest floor in the repeating of the mechanics, and occasionally it has let him down in this match. Bit of a mini freeze out of Hayden Patriquin too up at the kitchen. Has not been able to get involved as he comes onto Federico's side like we just saw.
I mean, right side positioning. You don't usually see that dude straddling, but we've seen Gabe Tardio do it. We've seen him do it, and
Alshon throw him in there.
100%. So that is the new norm. The fact that a ball is going past the M and Humana and the right side player is taking it. And that's why.
I mean, what a shot from the middle of the court with a backhand flip from Hayden Patriquin, and he finds the outside hip of Dylan Frazier like that. I can't, it looked kind of smooth and easy. It's not, not at all.
Again, so he's just abandoned his right sideline. J-Dub is not going to go there. Why cover it?
That's right. I agree completely. So it's a good adjustment from Hayden. Do we have a readjustment from Dylan and JW? Oh, there's an error from JW Johnson on a very plain shot.
3-3-1.
Oh, wow, 2 swings at it, and he got it.
Oh, baby. That is good stuff. So a firefight neutralized, and then a second one into the point.
There's an ember left.
Point.
And he thought about going down the line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if JW has tried that yet. Maybe once or twice to dink the backhand up the line at Hayden Patriquin, but he sees all that open court and he tries it and misses.
Wow, the Fed, that is special right there.
That's a beauty from a low position from Federico Staksrud, especially right after Dylan had neutralized a speed up. Fed goes right back to it.
H isn't shaking his head about missing. It's the tape.
It's the tape, and it's also aggressive clapping from Julie Johnson. So Hayden looked over
Yes, he
there
did.
like,
He did.
So we'll see about that.
Yeah, the fact that Fed doesn't come over and destroy that high dink and it ends up on the right side player's backhand.
That's right.
I mean, we didn't call H's name at all in game.
Yeah, and Dave, game not solved. So everybody's tweaking out here, playing a stronger right side, tinkering with shot selections and soft and shots with pace. It's a constant work in progress.
We're brand new, even though we feel like we've been around since 1965. Shout out Bainbridge Island. They weren't playing like this in Bainbridge.
No, they were not. They weren't playing like this a year ago.
Well said.
6-4-1. Point.
Okay.
And problem, so game 1, Fed had a problem for a minute.
7-4-1.
So here we go, on a 1. I mean, this is going to be what happens. And this happened in the 11-0 bagel that they put on them, and that final in Sacramento, too.
Yeah, so there was some music going on the timeout, but I did catch a little of a soundbite, and it was Julie Johnson saying, "Don't worry about Hayden," because visually it looks different with him standing in the middle. So she was kind of suggesting to not change the patterns too much, even though Hayden Patriquin's court position has changed.
Wow.
That's what they want, Dave.
100% what they want, but
8-9.
the person who's been on that end of the court on that side has had a rough end to the game. First Fed over there, and now J-Dub, and they're 2 points from forcing a third game. Just on the line on the return. And now he's doing un-J-Dub-like things, speeding that ball up into a bad spot. Game point.
10-4-2. Start out. 4-10-1.
He just throws his hands up.
Like, yeah. Yeah, if I don't bounce that one, it's over.
5-10-1.
Plays to move JW back and forth.
Yeah, and 1/3 of the court isn't even being considered.
No, it's not. So play the couple to the middle, have JW hang out there with the forehand, and then push it back behind him to the backhand dink, where you've had several errors this game. Yeah, see, that's a traditional spot.
Yes.
The shoulders a little bit higher, tougher for Dylan to hit it how he wants to. But if you go right at that man's belly button, you are in big trouble. Oh, goodness.
Oh, and then he tries to full send it, and H gets out of the way. Game point number 2.
Lip reading stupid out of the
Yeah.
mouth of Dylan Frazier.
Oh, no. And rough ending there. So it has been full of fire. There's a strategic shift here, and who is going to grab it? Game 3 on the other side of this.
3, time in, 0-0-2. Start out.
I think Hayden Patriquin hit that first volley about as hard as a third shot drive.
0-0-1.
And deep, too. Very nice.
Punched.
Oh, it went
That's the
in.
end, though.
But it's wild that Hayden even
Yes.
forced JW into coming up with that tough shot.
Wow. That first volley on the move by H was special.
1-0-2.
Shot there from J-Dub. So the power, the smooth choices ramped to start here.
JW, he can do it, man. So simple and quiet. And so impressive.
I mean, how many times do I have to talk about these drop volleys? Mari Humberg is the only one that is allowed to do drop volleys or drop shots.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough for a variety of reasons from Hayden Patrick.
It was rough before the ball even got to him because you could feel a disaster brewing. So that's 2 rough misses for H. We will switch ends at 6, and the only difference between today and other days is, again, not a big win, but there is a little bit of a breeze for the players to deal with.
Second serve.
Nice.
Just duck.
Just duck. Just get out of there, Fed. And that was what they were talking about moments ago on the bench in the timeout, is Hayden let him know. That one was pretty obvious, but partner communication always helps. And
Boy.
an awkward drive from Dylan Frazier on the 3rd shot.
And again,
1-2-1.
wind just a little. it up in there. That should not be allowed.
Yeah, no, JW, nice little slide over to his right to take the forehand out of the air. I mean, he's going to make that at a very high clip.
Wow, speeds it up, and Fed was, I'm not going to say on it because J-Dub's gotten 2 great looks at forehands and missed them both.
Yeah, there's been a couple, maybe even a few from JW Johnson, where his team got what they wanted. JW missed that forehand in the middle.
Oh my, and then Fed's not ready for the next one.
Yeah, he's had some pretty quality looks from a low position. He doesn't have that forearm whip that JW and Hayden Patriquin have, but he's come up with some good stuff on that wing. There's the forehand in the middle from JW that we have grown to love.
Down 1 with the ball.
2-3-1.
Back to moving JW a lot.
And it's like a drill, only it's unfair. You're playing the whole court. My team's only playing 2/3 of it.
That's right. That's exactly right. I mean, there has been, and that's kind of the bit of the soundbite that we had is don't worry about Hayden and where he's positioned. Just hit the dink that you want to hit. But his forehand side is just nothing going there.
Oh my, got him again. I mean, there's one mission and one mission only, and that is to tag him, and he did it again.
And I think if that ball's in the same position,
It's gonna happen a third time.
a moment later, same result.
And that was the rare forehand that he even has seen.
Right,
too.
right. It's not like he was just picking which one
No,
to go at.
no.
He got one and he did it.
And then he's got the quick, and that's just I just got tagged. I'm gonna try and hit
Yes.
you back, and
4-2-1.
Hayden's all over it. Another one popped up in the middle, and right side, Big H just down quickly, 5-2.
Oh, and I'm still giving the Flick Wizard JW Johnson 1A, but I think Hayden Patriquin's 1B. With that forearm and wrist strength that he has, his flicks on the backhand side are right up there with JW Johnson.
Chance to switch with a big 4-point lead here. And that is exactly what,
Especially in the middle of the court, Fed is just playing his role over on the left, allowing Hayden to do his thing in the middle from the kitchen line, and I'm not sure every left side guy would just allow that to happen so easily. So 2 dinks to the forehand of Hayden Patriquin.
Yeah.
So maybe a little shift in the kitchen patterns from Dylan Frazier and JW Johnson. Even though that was just 1 point, we'll still have to see. You gotta tie your shoe. Great forehand though. From
oh yeah, I mean you did it with your shoe untied. I imagine what he would have done if that was tied just nice and tight there in those. Big H took something off it. Dylan was ready for the fastball and got fooled.
Yeah, it's all part of it. So when you're beat by the fastball, you gear up for it, and you can find some opportunities to go with the off speed. Definitely a point of emphasis now. Wow, that was an awkward swing from J.W. Johnson. But talking about point of emphasis, to make sure to dink some over to Hayden Patriquin's forehand so he can't post up in the middle. But different change of strategy, but I'm not sure, or we definitely have not seen that on the scoreboard yet.
No, and I think H is like, I want the ball, so this is fantastic.
Yeah, so it's like, he's like, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna do me.
We're still going. Oh, that stays over thanks to the wind. Oh, this could be catastrophic if they lose it. And wow, what a get in the middle of that from Fed. And then H was looking to do something heroic when flying over there, but backed off to his credit.
He did. Heck of a point from all four fellas. And again, low offense on the backhand side from Federico Staksrud.
That's a place people do not usually like to put the ball for that reason.
Yeah, his Dylan Frazier's cross body speed up at the right hip of a right-hander might be the best in the game.
Big hole to crawl out of. Can they get that journey started? Not like that.
Very awkward swing from JW, and just a few points ago, the flick was about halfway up the net. So the dink errors cleaned up from JW. They've leaked over to a couple other parts of his game.
Just sky high. They got out of it. And they get away with that. And Fed's mad that he didn't just go.
Yeah, and Fed is pretty heavy on the backhand slices from a dink perspective early, and he's going more to the two-hander with topspin lately.
Too high again from Fed, and so
Hayden, he wants to stop. A lot of respect for the hand speed of JW straight ahead.
Just way too high with the drive, and H gets that out of there.
8-4-1.
H just so light on his feet. Even when they go behind him, he's there so easily.
Just Fed's like, thank you, my brother, because I got you in trouble.
9-4-1.
We'll just go with Hayden not happy.
And nothing more. And there's the wind is coming into the face of Big H and Fed, so a little more jet on that. Got to hit through it.
I think it was more extra pace on the return than it was the ball not getting there for Federico Staksrud. Big swatter on the forehand side from Dylan Frazier.
So here's where you can't get it. You know what's working. That isn't it. But
5-9-1.
stress creates
Does.
new shot selections. Oh man, just slid into it. Wasn't quite set.
Yeah, tightness comes in a lot of fashion. Some people pull back, some people ramp up, some people go crazy with their shot selection, like you mentioned.
So they get one, but things are pretty dire here.
9-5-1.
And just slice and dice into that same corner. And we are at match point.
Match point. 10-5-1.
And that will do it. Big H and Fed are rolling into Sunday.
As Dave mentioned, you guys are undefeated as a team. The only other tournament you played together, you won. Can you capture that magic for this tournament as well?
Yeah, hopefully. We're feeling good. We have a good chemistry.
Cute, that's romantic.
And then, yeah, we just know, I know what he's going to do. He knows what I'm going to do, so it works well. Pickleball is so fast. You need to have that with your partner. So, yeah, now looking forward for the final. I don't know who's going to be, but we're going to come with a game plan, and we're going to give our best.
Hayden, you recently hiked the Grand Canyon rim to rim with Anna Bright on a whim on your birthday, 46 miles in one day. What possessed you?
I'm not really sure. You know, Anna wanted to do something crazy, and I was down. It happened to be on my birthday, so it was good. We actually went rim to rim to rim. It's a lot better, kind of more badass. I mean, it's bad, yeah. But, yeah, it was fun. I'm glad to do it with Anna. It was great.
All right, guys, congratulations. You're playing on Championship Sunday once again.